Distractions. Oh my goodness. How frustrating are they? They're all around. We've got phones that are so amazing. They're capable of doing so much, yet so many things are on them. And everybody's trying to grab our attention from advertising and doing this, and we're getting messages on about 49 different platforms from 27 different people. There's dating apps, there's social media apps, there's selling things. It's just all go. And I get sucked into it. But I know that I need to be more focused to achieve the goals that I want to achieve. I would love if you just smash the like button, cha-ching, hit the subscribe. We're on a journey here. I'm on a journey, mental wellness, and what's the best things? What's the 20% of things that we can do that's gonna give us the biggest leverage, the biggest earnings, the biggest investment in our overall mental health? I'm on the search for those, and I'm talking about them, trialing them on myself, sharing them with you guys. So I've found some awesome ways to help stay more focused, and I want to share them with you guys. I'm by no means a focused expert, but from somebody that can get really distracted and engaged in other things, these are some epic natural tools that really help me. So number one is an interesting one. 2 phones. I have this phone, and then I have the phone that I'm recording on. And this phone here has Tinder, Bumble, Instagram, and those I can spend a little bit of time on. And so especially Instagram. Instagram is, they've just got us in the grips of their Instagram teeth. If you have a look on your screen time, I know mine was quite high being on Instagram. I'm running a business and trying to, do things on Instagram as well. However, I don't nearly need to be on there as much as I was. So I leave that when I'm home and I don't have it on. Sometimes I go on Instagram on the website, but it's way harder to sort of go through, and it's a bit more annoying. So I've just got it on there, and then when I come back, I can use it when I come back. Instagram really sucks me in. And so I'm glad to have it on another phone, and I'm using it way less, which is great. Big time about setting up my environment. If I had Instagram on my phone, I'd be checking it way more. So setting up my environment to help disengage a bit more from it. I've got limits on my phone from when I can go on in the morning and at night, and these just come up, and it makes it a bit harder to. I've just recently joined up to a club. That's another thing that I've done. I break them all the time. I break them all the time, and I put on my space there. It really helps to give me a bit more awareness before the hotel. Going on to that app, I have to type in the code, and then I'm like, okay. I've been doing cold baths. What am I going on this for? It just helps that I really like the hot and colds too. Number 2, you go back in the sauna, sweat it out, butt back in the hot and colds. Just awesome. And that's a really good way to improve my attention, improve my focus. Your dopamine levels actually go to a similar level as when you take cocaine. Interesting. 2.5 times, or about 200%. And dopamine is a massive motivation drug. It's a massive motivation neurotransmitter in our brain. And number 3 is exercise. It's not an up and a down. It's tried and true. More of a 3 hour. It is the classic. I remember. So one time I was just work a bit more after anxious, because I was having an argument with one of my best friends. It's absolutely amazing as well. We were feeling that work together. It just really takes me out of my head back into the body, and I can be more present with tasks. We were just with people arguing about things, distracted, and it didn't make me feel good at all. I just felt shitty, really shitty. So I just went for a massive run. I went in the ocean too. I was like swimming around, just did a massive amount of exercise. And I know after coming back from all of that exercise, I just felt way better, way in my body, and could see things a bit clearer as well. Exercise is a game changer. I'm sure you've felt it before too, of doing some exercise and you just feel more in your body. I describe it like way less energy in my head, and it just goes out like, and then I just come back into my body, da-dang, ba-dang, and I'm able to go, boom, execute this, execute that. I just feel more like Goku, more like a Baba the boss, you know? Number 4 is meditation. So coming back to the breath, that's been amazing for me. I've got a little streak going on Headspace now, and I like it. It's like Duolingo, where you get the daily streaks going, and I don't want to break it because I've just got a good routine, and I like this routine. So I'm getting up in the morning, but go toilet, ding, back down to meditation. And I'm doing a de-stressing one at the moment, but the ones that I think are great for keeping focus is just coming back to the breath, and always the mind goes off into thoughts. Thoughts go off and then I'll catch it. I used to be harder on my mind, way harder. And I would be annoyed when I'd go off thinking. And I still can get a bit annoyed. But the key thing is, I've realized, is to be compassionate with the mind. Oh, you've gone off? Just gently bring it back. Like it's a little, your little 5-year-old self. Hey, come on, buddy. Back to the breath. Boom, goes off again. Come on, buddy, back to the breath. Goes off. Hey, come back. So treating it with way more compassion rather than like, treating it with way more compassion rather than like, man, you're a knob. Why do I keep going off thinking? It's inevitable. The brain wants to go, the mind wants to think, but just bringing it back gently. So that's like hardcore training of our mind to come back to the present moment, Jung, jung. So that's been an incredible thing that I've recently started doing more. I've done different meditations, Vipassana, 10-day meditation, and tried a bunch of different things, but consistency for me now is the name of the game. What can I just keep doing consistently day in, day out for 70 plus years? And another one for overthinking, if I get caught up in my head and stressed, is diffusion, a diffusion technique that comes from ACT, which is acceptance commitment therapy. And that's just to diffuse the thought. So like we've got the mind and then thoughts. And the mind is more present and the observer, and then thoughts come by, emotions come by. You confuse them. Like say we're meditating and I'm just aware of my breath, I'm more in the mind. But then if I think about what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight, or how I'm gonna make the coffee and go down to the beach and enjoy that and be in the sun, then I'm fusing more to that thought. So more so if it's anxious thoughts or obsessive thinking as well, OCD type, I've actually been saying the same thought, but in a character's voice to try and give it more distance, to try and diffuse it, to try and separate it from myself. And the character I've chosen is Gollum. You can choose it, anyone you like. So say, if I could say to myself, nobody's saying I'm singing well, and then I must be a shit singer, for example. Then you could say that if that's getting caught up in your own mind and just keeping you distracted from what you've got to be doing, you could say that in a character's voice, character of your choice. So say for Gollum, for instance, I'd be like, notice the difference here, right? Oh man, you're a shit singer. Nobody actually said you're a good singer after you just sung to 5 people. Okay, and then you say the same thing, but in a character's voice. Said you're a shit singers. You're not very good at singings. you're shit, you tried things. See, it's just like funny. You know, you can't take it as seriously as if you're saying it to yourself in the normal way. It's not trying to push it away. It's not positive thinking of like, no, I'm a good singer, no, I'm a good singer. It's just reframing it into another voice as a character. And that's been something that's been amazing recently as well that I've been doing. So these are some of the ways of regaining better focus, getting out of distractions. Lots of love, everybody. I will see you next week, and you're awesome. Let's go. Let's go.